I know is that Zemir, our brand new person, taking BW Styles all the way to his limit. I saw those comments coming up in the Discord. BW Styles victorious nonetheless at 2-1. And now you guys are getting ready to watch RP4 take on Swag Flu. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Survivors half of the bracket, where Jess Doki and Anyone Can Cook will be facing off right now. Zemir will be taking on J2 Toxic. And then the loser of the match we're watching right now will play Repro 34. And this is how we got to where we are right now. So let's take a look. Doesn't look like these guys have done anything to choose stages, but we always got to throw this one out here. Who do you think RP4 is going to come into playing tonight?
Oh God, I'm always wrong with this. Santiago, just do it for me. You have a better chance because you've never had a chance to say who you think he'll play. You're zero.
So one of the things I like to do is, if I'm not able to really watch the tournament live, I like to go ahead and kind of skim through the thumbnails after they've been posted onto YouTube. And whenever I go on to look at the thumbnails, one of the things I always notice is RP4 is playing a new character during the tournaments, or maybe not so much a new character, but someone other than Link. At least in the early half, it looks like whenever I've seen any of the words with final in it, then you see the link.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
But honestly, who is he playing again?
So I know he normally, like you said, like he kind of does kind of spiral and just pretty much like anyone. But at the same time, he does pretty much prioritize Link when he is playing either a serious match, like let's say he's playing BW, and like feels that he really needs to like try. But even then, like we've seen matches where he doesn't play Link. But like you said, once he does get to that loser's end, or like losers finals, losers semis, winners semis, winners finals, and things like that, as well as grands, he usually does pull up the Link. I know last week's grand final, he did save Link. I'm not even sure if he did play Link. I'm pretty sure he kind of cycled through. He started with Ganondorf, then he went to Pyra and Mythra. Then he went Pyra and Mythra again. Then he went to Roy, and then he went to, I think then switched back to Pyra and Mythra, and it was just a mess. Like there was so many characters, man. Like, and it's very entertaining to watch because, especially as a spectator, I like to kind of see as many characters as possible because there's just so many that are entertaining in this game, and I guess you never know what you're gonna get. I know that we'll probably get me, Gunner, or Lucas from Swag Flu, as those are kind of the two that he's been definitely focusing on. But I don't know. I know you really love Lucas in this game. We've had our bouts, me and you personally, with him, and both of our Lucases. So like, what would you say just in general about Lucas? Because I know you like to kind of have your fun with him.
So you said Swag Flu plays Lucas?
Yeah, he plays Lucas and me, Gunner.
Okay, so I think Lucas is one of those characters where, and right as I say Lucas, I see him pull up. I think Lucas is one of those characters where you really have to know where his aerials take him, because one of the things that really makes him different, it took me a while to get used to in Ultimate Lucas from Smash 4 Lucas, was that he unfortunately just doesn't have down throw combos, so he relies much more on drifting where your opponent DIs after using his tilts or his aerials. So I think if Swag Flu is just able to get the DI reads and just time his aerials properly, I think he's got a pretty good chance against RP4's Richter. Yeah. I just noted he was playing Richter.
Funny enough, Richter, he's just one of the characters, just because of his like blue shirt and everything, that actually made me get confused. And I thought it was Link at first, especially because like they too have like their boomerang and all that, and then like they have the metal weapon and all that. So it's just like at first glance you might just think, hey, that stock was taken by Link, but you have to watch and be like, oh wait, that's just definitely Richter. And one thing that we did see recently was that this character does seem to be like one of those new secondary / pockets of RP4. He's played him multiple times and started with him, I believe, a week or two ago now. And it's been really interesting to see him kind of use like this character similarly to Link. Like kind of pick up on like things that you know RP4 does with Link, and then like you'll start realizing that he's doing very similar things with Richter. We're seeing Swag Flu here really using these boxing tools with that. I believe that's down tilt that he's been getting RP4 with, and there RP4 showing one weakness of Richter that is definitely exploitable is his recovery options. Granted, there he did have the option for using that forward aerial for that grab onto stage, but unfortunately didn't use it. He went for up B instead. And I think also, like, that's just one of those weird weaknesses that can happen at any percent. But let's see. Gets the shield, doesn't lose his stock yet. Nice F tilt from Swag. Ooh, nice. That was spooky. The down smash catches.
If there's anything I've noticed, RP4 definitely feels at home with this character because side B sends in the direction right in front. Oh my god! Solid neutral B right there. Knowing that Richter's very vulnerable off stage. And what are you gonna do? Oh my gosh! Wow!
No. He went for it. Oh, he got the holy water.
He grabbed the holy water.
Nice! Wow! What a turnaround!
He's really exploiting those weaknesses of Richter. Oh,
yeah.
Don't know if air dodge was the right option there, but you know, in any situation when you're having all these projectiles coming towards you, you know, sometimes you just panic and choose the option that might not be the most optimal. But as I was saying before, yes, indeed, Swagflu is really just taking advantage of the weaknesses that Richter has. He's grabbing the holy water. He's using the PK freezes off stage. Wow.
That was close.
This is such a turnaround. Like, this is kind of what I was talking about recently with Swag's Lucas improving. Also, is that we're seeing Swag also kind of play these mind games with deciding when he wants to either use the neutral B as like an ledge or edge guard tool, because he'll pull it back, and also switching up like when he's approaching and how he does it, because we've seen a couple times here where Swag, he'll run in, do the down tilts, and then you have all this pressure on your shield and can't even release it because down tilt's so safe. And then now Swag is starting to do wow,
gets
nice.
the hardest read of, I'm gonna assume, so far this tournament.
This is going to be a replay worth watching, folks. Let's tune into it.
What a turnaround for Swagflu this game. Really nice stuff here. Look at this. That's very optimal. Like, oh man.
If I understood, RP4 air dodge to the right. He just somehow knew.
Yeah, I think there what kind of happened was, we'll see it right here, reflects this, and right here he thought that, look, that's such a smart option. Swag saw that. Yeah, he knew that he could either go for Nair, Fair, or up air, and I think RP4 is thinking something similar, and RP4 saw him just standing there and felt intimidated. Something that a lot of players kind of do is they'll just wait, and then as soon as you like get into that like really pressuring zone where RP4 was when he air dodged, he air dodged to the right, thinking that, haha, I knew it, I got around your aerial, but then nothing happened because Swag was still there, running back to catch him with the up smash. And what a great way to kind of close out those like those couple reads that he got that kind of won in that game, starting off with that really nice neutral B. Then he got the couple reflects as well as catching the holy water, which was super nice because that racked up like 30 damage. And it kind of just kept continuing with edge guards and everything. So I think Swagflu is definitely in the right mindset, definitely in the zone right now. And we'll see, maybe RP4 will go again and pick the Richter, or will we see a character switch to like Link or something?
If I was in a RP4 spot right now, I'd be going for a character switch because, in my eyes, that was just the definition of adaptation. RP4 is really controlling and having all the momentum during that first entire stock, and then after that, things just kind of went downhill for him. Well, he went for the switch, but not the switch I thought he was going for.
Yeah, I wonder if, I'm very curious as to why, but it also might be, I know that this has been a character he's been experimenting with. He's played Pyra and Mythra at least once each week so far, and he definitely played them in the grand finals versus Solidus from last week that you guys should definitely check out. YouTube exclusive, not intentionally, but unfortunately.
That's a good way to put it, Cherry. That's a YouTube exclusive. You have to be a subscriber of the YouTube channel to check that out.
Yes, and definitely worthwhile to do so, because you'll get to see all the stuff that Swagflu just did in this set tomorrow when it gets uploaded. And we are seeing kind of a different take to the playstyle of Pyra and Mythra. And I've been watching and kind of analyzing a lot of sets from some of the better players, pro players who've been playing this character, as well as really testing the character myself at my esport practices. And that's definitely something that Pyra does. She gets those hard reads, similarly to Lucas we saw in this last match, where he was just getting those up smash and forward smash reads. But do you see this damage?
Look at all those jab locks he's getting.
Yes.
He got 2 in a row.
I swear, this character, Pyra and Mythra, is like the definition of like just faster smash. Like, it's like you're watching the game on fast forward or something, and then Pyra happens, and you're like, no, it's actually just normal speed because she's so much slower. But like, you're seeing the amount of damage with the jab blocks as well as just the combo potential here. As Lucas, like, he was not struggling too much against that Richter last game, and now we're just seeing a mix of just really menacing hitboxes with the side B for Pyra and Mythra, both having just large hitboxes. The F smashes are both very quick regardless of which character they choose to be. It's just that one of them has way more shield stun than the other, being Pyra, but doesn't get the hit there. I think that one thing Swag Flute definitely needs to kind of take a second to try and analyze a bit more is what he can get away with when Pyra and Mythra are off stage. And I think that, there we go, nice. The vulnerability frames, if you aren't aware, you're definitely super vulnerable once the startup of that side B happens. You'll notice that, like, while it does look like they're kind of just teleporting everywhere, Mythra's, when she does that side B, she definitely is super vulnerable after the initial start of that move. So we definitely need to see Swag use that Kfair and other moves a bit more, but right now he keeps getting hit by that pizza, as I call it. It's that side B for Mythra, or Pyra, and RP4 are just completely content to keep doing it, and I don't blame him. It's just such a good option, especially if the opponent has not been able to get around it yet. And man, I don't know. What do you guys think? This is looking very intimidating.
One thing I really like that RP4 is doing is that whenever he's kind of neutral, he just switches to Mythra and he says, you know, if I just need to get in, I'll choose the speedy character. And he just seems to be jumping around. Swag Flute really putting fear into his. So, he's really, in that regard, and I've never seen that before, when you're neutral, optimally choosing Mythra in order to really just gain the advantage. Even though obviously Mythra may have the speed advantage, just knowing that she is very competent in her movement, to know that she can rush in is something that RP4 is really taking into account.
Wow. That, and right as you said that too, that was very gross what just transpired there. Hopefully that replay will be able to catch that as I explain why that was just disgusting. Was that we see, like Santiago was talking about here, he was going for Mythra here, using the jabs and as well as his tilts and stuff, and switches to Pyra here again, uses pizza, and we see him switch again, gets the bait here, doesn't get punished here, gets an up tilt, up air, switches to Pyra, and it's over. Like, there was no way Swag would have anticipated that quickly that he was in that big of danger, being at the low percent he was, and then all of a sudden, the red lady appears in front of you, and you just get slapped by the giant red sword, and you're just on fire and gone. And it's just like, I just got hit by like a very damaging move. That's insane. And I think that's definitely something that players are going to have to kind of learn a bit more as time goes on, because they are a very new character. Like, I think that I haven't really had enough matchup experience against the character to say that I would win. But Pyra and Mythra are definitely a dynamic, menacing duo.
And you know, one of the, as you mentioned, we've seen a lot of potential in Pyra and Mythra. I think you could almost argue for every DLC character, Min and after, that when we do get the opportunity to have more prevalent offline tournaments, we're really going to see if what their current stance is on tier lists while they're online, if that could translate just as well, if not better for worse, offline. You know, there's been a lot of talk about Pyra and Mythra really just being just as solid offline, and you really see it here. If you just use them optimally, they're just going to work out.
Yeah, that's so true. And it looks like we are seeing the character switch to Me Gunner that we did see Swag play earlier, and I think this might help out. I think that one thing that is a weakness of these two is, besides disadvantage, which I think Lucas punishes well, the one thing that he doesn't against this character is the up-close game. And for Swag Flu with Me Gunner, he's going to have a much more comfortable time being far away. He's going to have way more options with the F smash, the grenade projectile, that's super good, the movement options with Fair, backwards Fair, and a couple of really decent smash attacks here. See, as he uses the Fair to back himself off onto the top Smashville platform. And also setting up these devices with the bombs to kind of cause RP4 to need to approach in order to get this damage. And even throwing this pizza here as Pyra, like, you're not going to be able to just, like, camp with that in a sense. You definitely are going to be able to kind of fade in and out and, like, then punish Swag where you can. And nice use of that giant F smash again.
Wow. Doesn't grab the ledge immediately. I'm pretty shocked by that one.
Yeah, I think that there it was just kind of Swag trying to make sure that he could get there, but wow, look at that. Nice use of that bomb. I'm not sure which move that was. I may have been side B, but look at how even it is now. These characters aren't the heaviest. For reference, I know that Pyra is about the same weight as Wolf, and he's a bit on the heavier midweight side. But then Mythra is much lighter. I don't know. She's not like lightweight, but she's definitely just far more like a regular midweight or lower character. So there is some difference in weight. And there, Mythra got hit by that side B when RP4 was trying to cover, and he just lost his stock due to it. But damage output.
Do you know if Mythra or Sephiroth is lighter?
Sephiroth is by far lighter. I definitely know that.
Okay, because I know Mythra's a lighter, but I'm not sure to what degree compared to someone as light as Sephiroth.
Yeah. Oh,
wow.
Unfortunate option there. I think Swag was thinking he might just snap to the ledge, but he air dodged directly up. And even if he was Lucas, he would have had an even worse time with that because of just how far he can go. So I think that was just like a miscalculation on his end for that. But I definitely think he should be punishing Mythra when she's like trying to recover sight with side B more. We do see RP go for it so often, and like she doesn't really travel as far as you'd expect to, especially from the distance that RP4 is deciding to use it. Oh, that's such a dangerous move. You gotta roll out of that. Don't roll through.
What an interesting option. Oh, and he goes for it again. Wow. What a good option. He runs right up to his shield, and he charges neutral, because I'm not sure if that could break shields, but if not, that at least puts so much shield pressure that he just had to have made Swagflu really panic in that option. And I know I would have done probably a very similar option.
Yeah, definitely is true. And just to kind of answer your question there, had he held shield there, I'm not sure if that was a full shield. I'm pretty sure it was definitely like 75% or so. It would have broken shield or gotten mighty close. And the one option he could have had to get out of that was rolling outward, since that he would have been able to not get hit by the second impact. But good set, I think, for RP4. Great use of that Pyra and Mythra.
If you guys get a chance to check out my good friend Lauren's place, Bucket Zone, if you guys are local here to Chicago, it's a great place for small gatherings and birthday parties. We did some really nice stuff for him last month, got a donation of $50, but you guys can check out this as birthday parties and things like that are growing here in the state of Illinois. Alright, so with that, we're actually moving into BW Styles versus RP4. We're going to get that one started next. We're still waiting for the results of Solidus versus Megatony. Let's take a look at the bracket while we're at it. So you guys